Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Ray Bradbury. If you've not subscribed to our channel yet, please do. So here on Let's Talk Ray Bradbury, we have been slowly and methodically working through the collection of these stories of Ray Bradbury. Today we are up to story number, 96, I think. Yes, 96 of 100, meaning we just have 5 left to go before we're done, and today's story is Farewell Summer from 1980. Unlike the other stories in this collection, this one made its first appearance in this collection itself. This was the first publication way back in 1980, 2 years before I was born. So, the way these videos work is I do a brief synopsis of what happens in the story and then try to wrap up with some notes. Just some thoughts and feelings about what it all means to me and what you might take away from it. So, little Douglas Spaulding stands on the porch of the farmhouse outside of Greentown, Illinois. Grandma and Grandpa are there. Summer is over, but it seems to have come back, or at least its heat has returned briefly, and Grandpa notices little yellow flowers growing, what he calls farewell summer. Douglas, really feeling that summer is over, eats a donut and goes upstairs to take a nap in the middle of the afternoon. From his nap, he seems to awake to the sound of a parade coming in the distance, and indeed there is a parade. A marching band marches up to the house, and he goes down. There's nobody in the house, but Grandma and Grandpa are outside with the parade, with the revelers, and they march him away about a mile to the nearest lake. There, they say, "It's Douglas, it's your day," and he gets on the boat, but the plank slips off the shore, and the boat drifts away with him on it. At first, it seems that the boat has no name, but he soon sees that the name of the boat is Farewell Summer. Douglas awakes. He's in a cold sweat, like he's been through an experience. He goes back downstairs, and he sees Grandpa again on the porch looking at the farewell summer flowers, and he asks Grandpa, "Is death anything like drifting away from shore on a boat all alone while everyone you love is standing behind drifting away?" And Grandpa says, basically, "Yeah, that's about it." So, Bradbury's known for his nostalgia, and he really lays it on pretty thick in this story. It's a pretty common theme, comparing the end of summer to death. And I've had that feeling before, in youth, of course, but also more recently in the last decade, when I was a very sort of hardcore trail runner. So I spent nearly every day in the woods. And after a number of years, you begin to notice these patterns of the slight changes in the weather, and then all of a sudden it seems like one day you wake up and summer is gone, and you feel like the year has died. And that's a little bit of what I think this story is trying to do and trying to say. But I can see the end of summer being a kind of death for kids. For kids, there's this sense of freedom all summer long, these great memories and these experiences that you go through, and then you're interrupted by it all, by school, and it sort of changed in sort of a different life. And maybe you'll lose something in that transition. Though school's not really mentioned here, I think that's definitely something that I can take away from it. This idea that children are taken away from their natural habitat and then stuck into these faceless buildings with a bunch of people and forced to learn. And it's very factory-like, very prison-like, very industrialized and sort of non-organic and non-natural, in my opinion. But, not Bradbury's best story as far as I'm concerned, to me as an adult. But I can see where, even for me, it does create a sense of nostalgia, which I like. I'm a bit of a nostalgia whore, but I also think that it captures something for kids, can help explain some feelings to them, and all in all, has a little bit of a Wizard of Oz vibe as well, which I think is pretty cool. So there you go. Farewell Summer from 1980. Come back in a day or two, and we'll be looking at the next story, which is McGillicuddy's Brat, story number 97 of 100, leaving just 4 more stories to go in this collection. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again soon.